Okay, Oman has introduced an income tax. Dubai could be next. This came out in Money, and I wanted to go over some things with you on this. I had a company in Dubai for about 4 years, and I actually moved away from there, and I've got other videos on this where I advise people not to go there for many, many reasons. But anyway, I wanted to go over these facts with you so you know something about this. Oman has become the first Gulf Arab state to introduce income tax. And we're talking about personal income tax. Dubai, of course, has a corporate tax now. But this is sparking fears that Dubai residents could face a similar levy in the next 5 years. In a royal decree, Sultan Haitham bin Tariq Al Said, Prime Minister of Oman, he announced the residents could pay a 5% income tax on earnings above roughly it's 80,282 pounds, or Oman 42,000. Now, the tax won't come into effect until 2028, and the rate is modest compared to Britain, where workers pay up to 45% income tax. However, the move marks a systemic shift as Oman looks to reduce its reliance on oil and gas revenue. Now, you can pick countries. There are countries that still don't have an income tax where the cost of living is real low, like St. Kitts doesn't have an income tax. Neither does Antigua. So, and plus your licensing fees and government fees, there's no comparison. And St. Kitts' government fee is like to run a business is like a tenth of what you pay in fact, it's less than that. It's like 95% less than what you'd pay in Dubai. But tax experts say that the change could be a sliding doors moment and provide the political cover for other Gulf states to introduce their own income tax. Now, David Denton of wealth manager Quilta Chevrolet said, I think it's inevitable that the other states will follow Oman. I'm sure none of them wanted to be the first. While I don't think the rate will be significant to begin with, these things are all gradual. And I think you're going to see this with Dubai on the corporate rate. I think gradually you're going to see that rate also go up even higher. A decade ago, corporation taxes were practically non-existent, but most of those countries now have taxes on corporate profits. They all have goods and services taxes, the equivalent to a VAT. And that's what also, that Dubai's got already. They had that when I was there. Now, taxes on personal income are one of the last things that you would bring in, but it is all as a result of natural resources being slightly unreliable and demand varying. They are therefore looking for alternatives to income sources. Now, Namesh Shah of accountancy firm Blick Rothenberg said Oman would be an outlier, and it was the next natural step for the United Arab Emirates, which comprises Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and 5 other Emirates, to introduce an income tax. Now, they're estimated to be around 240,000 British expats living in Dubai alone, which has grown increasingly popular in recent years as the level of taxation in the UK has reached the highest level in more than 70 years. There is no personal income tax on salaries, investments, or rental income in the UAE. Residents who spend at least 183 days in a year there also pay no taxes on assets held outside the country. It has been able to create a low low tax environment thanks to an abundance of oil and natural gas reserves found in the 1950s. The country possesses the equivalent of 6% of the world's total oil reserves. However, government revenue is therefore heavily reliant on the natural resources at the mercy of their volatility and demand. Now, Mr. Shaw was talking about, he said that he has long said that places like the UAE will have to introduce income tax at some point. The next natural step will be an income tax. As the natural resources in the region deplete over time, the state needs to find new ways to generate revenues. The income tax rate announced by Oman is comparatively low, but there is only one way from here over time. Now, for me, it's a question of whether, if I expect the UAE to confirm the introduction of an income tax before the end of the decade. Now, I think what you're going to have to decide is, do you want to pick a place that has even a low income tax? There are places that you can go and have no income tax, no capital gains tax, no estate tax, no inheritance tax. A lot of these places in the Caribbean, Antigua's got that. You also have the Cayman Islands, St. Kitts and Nevis. And St. Kitts is probably the cheapest as far as place to live that doesn't have an income tax. Anguilla's another one. Also, you've got St. Bart's, which I can see on a clear day out my window. But these are places that have still retained that no income tax policy. And you're also not going to have the heat that you're going to have in the Gulf. And most of these places, you can get a passport in the Caribbean over time. In their English-speaking countries, that's what I would pick if I was looking. If you want help on any of these countries, we deal with all these different countries. You can go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. If you like our videos, do us a big favor. We do not monetize our channel, so it would help us out tremendously. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up. And also, don't forget the subscribe button. At the right of your screen, you'll get new videos automatically as they come out. And if you want to legally get your income taxes to zero, how to get a second passport as quick as 4 months to a year, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. And I'll look forward to talking to you in the next video. Take care.